Alright. Ron Goodall from FightHype.com. I'm here with Keyshawn Davis, the businessman. Got a little family affair here too. Brother always here to support. Brotherly love between the two. So, first and foremost, how's everything been?
Everything been going great. I'm glad to be back out here in the UFC. Well, damn, in Vegas, going to the UFC gym, top ranked gym, shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, maybe one day we can do like a crossover fight. All right?
Yeah, maybe one day, but I don't think the UFC guys are gonna take that risk.
Yeah. Too much speed, too much power.
Man, too much everything. You know what I'm saying? But if I go over there, it's gonna be the same way, so it's respected.
All right, well, first and foremost, you know, happy to see you have a fight date coming up. You know, April 8th. Yeah. You know, against originally was against one opponent that turned into another opponent.
Yeah. How
do you feel about that change?
Shit, he was smart. The new guy ain't so smart.
Why is that?
Nah, it's a great opportunity for them, man. I feel like the first opponent, for whatever reason he pulled out of, I don't know, but I appreciate this other guy taking the fight. I feel like, you know, stylistically, it's not too much of a difference other than one being orthodox and southpaw, and I'm fighting the southpaw. They both had experience. They both fought former world champions and, you know, been in 12-round fights and stuff like that. So in terms of a level of a step up, I still saying it's the same level of a step up, but physically it's definitely a different fight.
You know, seeing the fact that obviously, you know, they're moving, you know, in these really great fights, you know, do you feel like it's because of the fact that you have such a big amateur background, won a silver medal, and that these type of fights are warranted, or is it you that wants these particular fights? Nah,
I don't think it really well, it got something to do with me going to the Olympics and stuff like that, but a promoter always gonna move you as fast as the fighter is ready to be moved. And I just feel like I've been going out there and showing that I'm ready to be in 12-round fights, so they've been moving me towards that pace. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, my 8th fight, I'm going 10-rounder.
Now, you know, obviously you have your own path. In comparisons, you know, we never need to do that, but the fight fans, you know, one was obviously, you know, with Ryan, and the other one's going to be with Branchek and Rowley. Yeah. And in this comparison, are you a little bit more disappointed one and the other? Like, obviously, you know, Ryan couldn't get this guy out. You know, Yiga's been out, but at that same point, you know, does it really even matter to you?
And on like some development shit, no. But promotionally, hell yeah, and that's. Nowadays, all promotion is. That's all boxing is promotion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the biggest fight at 135 is the biggest fight in boxing, period, and it's not for a world title. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight. The biggest fight in boxing is not for a world title. In history, like, have that ever even really happened? Like, I feel like a belt always been in the line. You know what I'm saying? So, promotionally, yes, it kind of hurt me because I wanted to stop him and, you know, ride off the fact that Ryan Garcia ain't stop him and just see how far that takes me. But shit, it is what it is. You know, God got a plan for me, and it definitely wasn't that one.
You know, seeing the fact that you have these really great highlights and these knockouts and you know, there's a lot of adjustments when you're fighting professionally. Have you kind of like been a lot more comfortable, you know, with that transition, like the nerves and things like that? Because you've been on the biggest stage amateur, but professionally, does it feel different to you? And does you feel like a bigger pressure?
Yeah, it's definitely a different feeling for sure. More pressure. You feel more pressure. But naturally, I honestly don't really be feeling pressured. I guess coming from the Olympics and just a lot of those other fights, really, like, I didn't really feel pressured in this whole time in pros, honestly. Like, keep it real with you. I was feeling pressure in the amateur because I was working to become who I am today, and those tournaments I really had to win to make a name in boxing. Like, nigga, I can fight, and when I go pro, y'all gonna know I can fight. You know what I'm saying? So like those tournaments, them international tournaments, World Championships, Pan American Games, leading up to the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Those are tournaments I really felt a lot of pressure because for myself, I had to do it for myself to show the people who I am coming into the pros. Now they already know, so I just gotta, keep doing what I'm doing.
Now I know that you always like, bigging up other fighters and obviously, family and things like that. You know, does it add like extra nerves when outside of you fighting, watching your family and your brother fight and things like that, or are you just confident because he's over here whipping ass equally, and so does it kind of calm your nerves or?
Yeah, nah, that shit do not calm my nerves. No, I get more like for real when I fight. I'm alright. I'm calm. I'm alright. When my brother's fighting, I'm the complete opposite. Like I be wanting to fight their opponent.
Really?
I be antagonizing their opponent just so my brother can win, like respectfully. But nah, I be on eggshells when my brother's fighting. For real, like I be clean. Then when the bell ring, they in the corner, I be like, oh, all right, baby. And then when the bell ring again, I'm like, I'm tense back up. It's natural, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really like, you know. I feel like a parent. I feel like a parent when my brother's fighting. Like I'm just scared for him.
So the real battle for you guys is, you know, as brothers and families, actually watching each other, you know, fight. More important, more than your fight itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess.
Do you ever kind of go and kind of bet, you know, on the side, like my bro is gonna knock him out, I'm gonna throw a nice 5K or 10?
A lot of these guys, unfortunately, know us. Like shit, all our opponents knew us, so they was coming to fight, but I don't think they was really coming to win. You know what I'm saying?
Now, with that win that's coming on, you know, April 8th, everything goes through. You know, you're already ranked in the 10th, and you know, in the WBO, and it seems like things are going great. You know, is there certain like organizations that you're going after? I'm assuming the WBO is the title that you probably want, or is it the, you know, or you don't know yet?
Yeah, I think my first title is definitely gonna be a WBO title, and I'm fine with that.
Is there any other title that maybe if the WBO was in it, would you love to fight a certain belt or?
It gotta be a W. I don't want none of them I's.
Why not the I's?
Because a W is just a W. Shit.
Fair enough.
A W is a W. I'd rather my first belt be a W.
Okay.
Like just like everybody say, I want the WBC. Why I gotta be a WBC? Because that bitch is the WBC.
Oh, you want?
Like the green belt.
Or that bitch is the Ring Magazine. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you feel me? So I don't want one of them I's. I want one of them W's.
No, I know like the I's have like, you know, like there's rehydration clause and things like that and you know.
Yeah.
But I know that.
I don't even know a lot about that shit.
Really?
I don't actually know.
What does rehydration clauses even like? Oh, not I said clauses. The rehydration next day weigh-in, like you've done weigh-ins for tournaments, but does that stuff actually affect you on like?
For sure, hell yeah, it affects you.
You know, because you know, obviously you didn't have to ask, you know, but you know, there's all these new stipulations and these fights. You mentioned one of the big fights about a rehydration clause, and does that stuff? When you hear stuff like that, does that phase you, or is that just part of the business and like it is what it is?
It's part of the business. It's just what you know and what you get yourself into. And me knowing my body, I'm not really trying to get past 10 pounds anyways.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be at 10 pounds walking walking into the fight. So I can still be fast and like have my agility and stuff like that. And I'm naturally strong. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really tripping off the hydration clause.
Yeah, because obviously, you know, the Ryan and Tank, you know, thing.
Sure.
So
I mean, Ryan, you know, it's a Mexican. Like they can blow up. That's just natural their bodies. You know what I'm saying? I feel like us, we naturally lean. You know what I'm saying? So that's them. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I don't really care about no hydration clause. In my point in his career right now.
Yeah. But obviously, we would love the winner of that at some point, or if something.
Shit, I don't, for real, I don't care who I fight. Just give me a world title.
Okay.
Whoever I fight for a world title, like, I don't care who I fight. Real shit, I don't care. Once I get my belt, then it's up from everybody, for everybody. I'm calling everybody out. Whoever's willing to get in the ring with me, let's make it happen.
Now,
I'm gonna be that fighter, like from PBC to the zone, top rank. Calling everybody out. You wanna fight me? Alright, bet. Come on, get your ass whooped. Next. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna be that.
Now, I do have to ask, you know, on Twitter, there was someone that, you know, you mentioned, and, you know, and you mentioned this to me before, and it seems like a lot of the fans have been mentioning it on top of it, but, you know, 20K, 200K, sounds like some Ks, with, you know, brought up on a potential, you and Frank Martin, is that specifically a fighter that you want to fight? You know, obviously it's the championships, but, like, it seems like you... What is it about that particular fight that interests you?
I just feel like that fight already, like, kind of, I've been saying this, it's already made for me, but kind of, it's starting to look like they don't really want to fight me. Back up, Azu. Back up. Back up. It looks like they don't really want to fight me. You know, I'm outspoken. Period. People know that. People don't like that. Some people. So it's clear as day. I want to fight him. I never really hear a response saying, "Let's make it happen," or this, that, and the third. You see Errol Spence threw Shakur in there for whatever reason. So I don't know if they want to fight me for whatever reason. Like, why would you? I don't know.
You think it's a case of like, you know, Shakur, you know, and you're both high risk, but there's maybe you feel like a reward might come because you're coming into the game and you're a high risk, low reward situation, and then you think
probably. Maybe. I can't speak for how they thinking over there. You know what I'm saying? They way of thinking is just their way. But shit, in terms of fighting, like I said, if it is that, he still never came out and said, "I want to fight you." Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be no fucking low reward 2 years down the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he still ain't say he wanted to fight me. It's not like he gonna be retiring in 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you want to fight me?
So I think from that point, asking, do you feel like there's some sort of like, you know, I'm sure you see in the ads and the tweets some unfair, like, you know, the fans where they kind of complain, we want these fights to happen, and then you go out and say, hey, I want to fight these guys that obviously, you know, highly ranked. You know, obviously I think you have a respect for all these fighters that you face, especially they're getting close into that contender or a contender. So why do you think that you might get some of this kind of like dislike or attention, or, you know, they're saying like, you know, like, why we don't want to see the Frank Martin fight? I'm sure you've seen it in your Twitter, your feeds. Why do you think that when you're actually giving the fans, I want to fight, I want to skip these little fights that I should win and just go straight to these guys?
I think it's just because how outspoken I am. People don't like to see that I'm being my full self, and they don't know how to accept it. And that's just, I really feel like that's just what it is, because I'm being my full self. Some people accept it, some people don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I throw a little, how can I say, like, you know, when movies throw just a little sprinkle, just a little bullshit in there and just make it a little spicy. Like, I'm that type on Twitter. Like, I just do shit to make it spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be straightforward and tone it down and just, you know, respectfully call people out. But it's fucking Twitter. Like, it's boring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that on Twitter.
You have some fun.
Talk a little shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, some people like it, some people don't. A lot of people say I talk too much, but hey, it's Twitter.
And obviously, at the end of the day, you know, this comes from like a, you know, the businessman aspect, and you're looking for the ghost. But, you know, you obviously have a lot of respect for Frank Martin as a fighter, and obviously, at this point, it's a great fight. At some down, maybe sooner, what you would like, to just make the fight happen and just give the fans a great show, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna just put this out there, Frank. I don't think you want to fight me, bro. I feel like deep down inside, you don't want to fight me for whatever reason. I think you don't want to fight me. You're gonna have to show me otherwise, little dude.
And then just kind of resurfacing back to your fight, you know, on 8th, you know, it's gonna be really exciting. What can the fans expect, you know, from the previous fights you had going into this one?
Same shit. I've been giving the fans what they wanted to see since I've been in the pros. Shoot, same shit. You know, I feel like y'all love me, man, and for my fights. You feel me? And I feel like, shoot, Yigit is just another person that, you know, give me an opportunity to make a highlight out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? But I know Yigit is coming to fight though, and he tough. He tough. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be moving. He tough. He know how to take a punch, and he know how to come back after taking the punch. But I love that shit. I already said I love that shit. I love fighting. I love a dude that's just tough and just want to fight. Yigit, he like a fake ass boxer. He really wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that's like a compliment in a certain way, right? Like,
not when you fighting me. Not when you fight me, no. You gonna nah.
I try to be the nice guy there.
Nah, Yigit, nah. I mean, whatever you come with, you know what I'm saying. Just know it's gonna be a hell of a fight, entertaining. You know, I'm just gonna put on a show, how I always do. I'm gonna have fun in there. You know, I might just even bring out my basketball moves this time. Might fade away on his ass.
You did that last time, so you know, maybe.
We'll see, man.
Well, before I let you go, obviously, I want to give you the chance to say any last words or anything that's on your mind.
Man, shouts out to everybody on that undercard. What you talking about? Starting with Twan, signed with Shakur Stevenson. Twan, he getting his trilogy. getting his little trilogy on. He gonna win this time though. Shouts out to Box Boy Troy, man. Shouts out to Shoo Carrington that's on this card too. Shouts out to my brother right here, Kelvin Davis, that's on this card. You know, shouts out to Jared Anderson, Keyshawn Davis on this card. Shakur Stevens gonna finish it off April 8th in New Jersey, Newark, hometown, homecoming. Let's get it, baby.
Awesome. Appreciate you.